All right, guys, welcome to the Twisted Ones podcast. We're here with NickyRod. There can only be one name. There's been a lot of names, a lot of champions. There can be only one name with the most impressive debut of an ADCC athlete to upset so many people to get to the finals. And first of all, I just want to know what's the story? You've been training how long?
I'm currently in my 15th month of training, so a little bit over a year.
Can you speak it? Yeah, there you go.
I'm currently in my 15th month of Jiu-Jitsu, a little bit over a year. And I just kind of fell into the right hands, the hands of Gracie squad. And just been kicking it with those guys and getting better every day, man.
So with about 15 months of training, you just literally wiped out your side of the bracket.
Which included some champions.
And some champions.
Yeah.
Some insane amount. So we know that you have a wrestling background. What is your wrestling background?
So I wrestled Clayton High School. The 4 years there. I'm not some crazy. I don't have crazy accolades when it comes to wrestling, but I'm just a tough dude, man. Wrestled Clayton High School, Ferrum College freshman year, and then kind of took a break, got like a job for like a year, and then started a little bit of I signed with a modeling agency, and then somehow just kind of met some people.
You were doing a modeling agency?
Yeah, I'm signed with Wilhelmina right now.
Okay.
Out of New York. And then I kind of started Jiu-Jitsu after a friend told me to swing by, and I just thought it would be a good way to get in shape, pursuing like the whole modeling thing. But once a competitor, always a competitor, man.
Right.
I love the fight, and I was really missing that aspect in my life. I was just I was working at Home Depot, I was bouncing at the same time, and then going like community college, at all that shit. Amongst that, I was still like lifting weights every day and going to wrestling practice like local colleges and shit like that. But I never got the chance to compete until I started this whole jiu-jitsu thing, man, and it kind of just worked out for me.
I mean, that's truly incredible because you get so many guys that come into at least my academy and be like, I want to be a world champion. And I'm like, well, what are your credentials? It's going to be a lot of work. And I say the same thing for MMA. They go, I want to be in the UFC. I'm like, well, there's going to be a long road to that. For you are now that outlier that was working at Home Depot, that was doing the bouncing, that decided they wanted to do jiu-jitsu, is now a silver medalist in the ADCC, and you lost by 1 point, right? 1 point. And it's incredible because everybody thinks that when they walk into the place that they're going to be the guy, right? And then they get humbled, jiu-jitsu comes around. How well did you take Danaher's kind of instruction, and do you have to be a smart guy to be around this guy? Do you have to be, really, how did you get that much knowledge and that much structure that fast?
One thing that really changed the way I attack athletics in general is my college coach, Nate Yetzer, out of Ferrum College. He taught me really to just, if you want to learn, if you want to be the best, you just gotta fucking shut your mouth and just do what the coach says. That's what I did, man. Whatever Danaher needed, I go there every day. I fucking shut up, listen to him, do the work. I don't ask any questions. I just go there and I try my hardest.
Well, and to that, I kind of want to address, the wrestling background. It's pretty common whenever you get a wrestler that makes that transition into jiu-jitsu. Did you find it frustrating or hard because of a lot of the concepts, and you had to unlearn some habits that you drill time and time, and even philosophical principles? Did you get frustrated at all in that transition?
So I wouldn't say so much frustrated, but the learning process is different because like things that I've learned in wrestling, like for instance today, Duarte had my back. And if I was to reach back, I would have better success reaching for the head and get my back flat on the ground. In wrestling, they say, dude, if you reach back, you're gonna fucking pin, So that's still in my back of my mind. So I didn't attack any of that stuff. But I just have to adjust slowly. But it's a learning process, man. I'm confident on my feet. I'm confident on the ground. I roll with the best in the world constantly, day in and day out. So like any position, I'm prepared for it, man. Whether that be leg locks, you have a fucking full rear naked choke, you better put me to sleep because I'm not tapping, man.
I'm hearing a lot of talk on the internet about, how just a wrestler can come in and dominate ADCC so easily. But I know better. I know there's something special about you, your athleticism. It's, you know, the way you're training, your coach, your team. There's something special there. Is there? Can you?
So there's I made a kind of transition. Like at the end of high school, my last year wrestling in high school, I had only one goal, and that was to win a state title. I didn't accomplish that, and literally the day after I lost in the in-state tournament in Jersey, I picked up the weights, started lifting, decided to put on size. I went from 170 to like 220, and I'm currently still, you know, around that weight. And I think getting big was the best thing I could have done, because amongst lifting constantly, you know, I kept training, and so I kept the speed, I kept the athleticism, the elusiveness, and that's what these heavyweights aren't ready for, man. They're not used to the high pace that I put out. My output is unattainable, man. I keep that pace, I keep the pressure, and I don't have too much technique, so the way I win is I like to break my opponents, get them nice and soft, so it's easy after that, man.
I had a thought. When I'm watching you, I feel like I'm looking at a future MMA fighter, right? So the way that you scramble, the way that you impose your will, the way that you walk people down, right? Not only, I mean, do you have any idea? I mean, I know right now Jiu-Jitsu's on the plate, right? But we don't want to touch. But is there any idea, like, hey, maybe this is something I want to go to? Maybe this is something. You know, Gary does it.
I'm chasing that 8-figure lifestyle, man. Yeah. I don't want anything normal. I want everything extravagant in my life. So if I have to fight to do that, I'll do it. If I can make it happen with Jiu-Jitsu or with the right investments, the right people around me, and I don't have to fight, I won't. But where the money's at, that's where I'll be.
So yeah, that's a perfect answer. If you can make the money elsewhere, you won't.
Fighting is it's a hard lifestyle, man, and right. I don't think these guys make nearly enough money for what they do. I mean, it's like boxing matches. You know, you can take a lot of damage and stuff, but these guys are putting their fucking life on the line in the cage. And
right.
I don't know. I got a lot to think about. I'm still in the process of really I just kind of hopped in this world, you know, meeting everybody, learning everybody's names, and learning, you know, like this time last year, I didn't know what the fuck ADCC was. I just met Jay Bregabudo. He was like, dude, you could fucking go out there with the best.
The AD, like, what? Right, ACDC?
Yeah,
what?
I was like, all right, bro. He was like, oh, you can make money if you compete. I was like, all right, well, let's fucking do it, bro. Yeah. You know?
Well, expect some Saudi calls. They may be flying you out for a couple
right,
meetings, you know?
I'm down, man. I'm
down. Hey, Nicky, so, you know, you're very, very aggressive, very, very focused on the mat, and that's kind of your style, right?
Yes, sir.
Would you say there's a contrast to how you carry yourself outside the training room, or you're always turned on?
No. I mean, I'm pretty friendly. I have no problems with anybody. But when it's time to practice and when it's time to compete, man, I'm out there to win.
You're there to work.
Know? Yeah. When I'm the same way I'm pacing around before match, I'm in the practice room pacing around. I'm fucking getting my mind right, getting my body right. So when competition comes, it's just another practice for me.
Okay.
You know, there's no differentiation there. I don't know. I'm not good at fucking words.
No, yeah, you got it right. Differential.
Any words you want.
So hey,
man,
we're not going to correct
right
you.
now.
ADC, yeah, we're not going to correct you. So. You know, whether there's competition or it's regular training and whatnot, describe a typical day, typical week for you.
So my day starts pretty late because I'm a professional athlete and do what the fuck I want. So I wake up at like 9:30 Monday morning. I get to practice at Rutgers University by 3:30, and we do about an hour of drilling, but it's like fucking live drilling. There's no drilling.
This is Jiu-Jitsu?
No, it's just wrestling.
Wrestling.
Yeah, so Rutgers, I'll be there like 3 o'clock on Mondays and Wednesdays. We do about an hour of live drilling, then an hour of live wrestling with the NJRTC, and then obviously the Rutgers wrestlers are in there as well. That's another thing too. I think it's important, not only continue to wrestle, but to continue to wrestle with active wrestlers, because as Jiu-Jitsu changes every year, wrestling evolves, man. So you have to stay acclimated to it. And then so that's Monday, Wednesday I'm wrestling with the RTC, and every other day, man, I'm at Henzo's. It's I drive a shit ton, like 6 hours a day to get to my practices, but it is what it is, man. It's an investment that I've made, and it's paid off.
So what do you do to disconnect? video games,
So I don't have
music.
time for anything. I literally, like, when
It's
I tell
that
you I
drive.
drive 6
It's
hours
that
a
drive.
day, I put that music on, a podcast, and I think about grappling. You know, I see competition, I see practices, I see what I can fix, how I'm rolling with Gordon, Keenan, Craig, all those guys. But yeah, I visualize a lot, but. Yeah, I don't have any other thing that goes on. Like, fuck, this shit just takes up so much time. I have shit that I like to do, but not too much time for it.
It takes a back seat.
Mo just announced the absolute. If you want to do the absolute, we know you're not going to do it because Gary and Gordon are going to be doing the absolute for your team. So what's next for you? Do you have any matches coming up? I know I saw one super fight coming up.
I got actually got Duarte again for Fight to Win in like 2 weeks, so we'll get that handled, and then
Maybe a contract renegotiation. I don't
sure,
know.
for sure, contract renegotiation.
Go
Yeah,
back over that fine print.
yeah, bro. But yeah, I'm just here to book some super fights, and I want to make some money, man. Yeah. I'll try to clear some like 6 figures this year. That'd be dope. Yeah, like
That'd be super dope.
clear 6 figures by 24. I'm down.
Yeah.
The seminars are coming.
Oh yeah, everything, bro. You guys gonna see me a lot.
I think one of the beautiful things is that you're not burnt out from grappling. A lot of grapplers are burnt out. You know what I mean? They're burnt out. They've been in the game so long. They're a little bit jaded. You are in the passion phase. You're in the honeymoon part of jiu-jitsu, and you're excelling. A lot of guys go through the honeymoon phase, and then all the stuff happens at purple and brown, and then they get to black, and they're really. So
Product plug.
I'm excited to see your growth. I'm excited to see where you go and what you do.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Guys, any
Yes, real quick. You mentioned podcasts. What kind of what podcasts do you like to listen to?
Oh, I'm a big Joe Rogan fan. I'm a fan of King and the Sting, Fighter and the Kid, Joey Diaz's fucking, what's it called?
Oh yeah, the House of Church
House
or
of
Church, yeah.
something like that. Yeah, all those guys. That group's got keeps me entertained. Yeah.
We have the same taste.
Same
Maybe
taste,
one
bro.
day I could be an ADCC competitor.
Yeah. I tell you what, bro. I had another goal of making Joe Rogan know who I am. So hopefully he watches ADCC and puts my name in his mouth.
there you
I
go.
know who you are.
Yeah. I think you made some noise because, I mean, I don't know if any of you guys can have any names that come to memory, but I think, Nicky, what you've done is pretty unprecedented. It's pretty
that.
unprecedented, and there's something special going on. As long as your head's on straight, and it sounds like it is, and you have the right work ethic, I don't see how it doesn't work out from here, barring anything catastrophic.
and more so, you are a friggin' gentleman.
Appreciate that.
I mean, like, like we get a lot of the guys, and it may just be that we're catching you at the right time of your career. But we will get a lot of the guys that are already think so high of themselves, or already have, of course, they've accomplished a lot. But you're here at 24, just got out of the finals of the ADCC. 23. Awesome.
August,
23 years old.
In August.
So,
23.
man, I can just say that like you walking around here, you can tell who's humble and who's got the nose up, and it's beautiful to see that you're going to be around this sport a lot more, and you're just going to be changing people's attitudes physically on the mats.
That's the plan, man. I hope that people see, especially my style of jiu-jitsu, a bit more aggressive, a bit more entertaining, and I like to throw out some fireworks, man. I enjoy the fight, I enjoy the grind. You guys put me out there for 10 minutes, 40 minutes, doesn't matter, man. I'm fight the whole time.
Well, you're fun to watch, man. At the end of the day, very fun, very exciting. I think you're an asset to our culture.
Thank you.
There you go. All right, good luck to you, man.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.